Hey, it's MLO Sharice, your friendly neighborhood mortgage loan originator, and we're back with a little bit more information about credit as it pertains to home loans. So today I want to talk about bankruptcies and judgments. Like I said before, we do receive that information sometimes on the credit report or via a LexisNexis report, but we do get the information about bankruptcies and judgments. And a lot of people are like, oh no, I filed bankruptcy, I can't buy a house. Or, oh, I have a judgment against me, a judgment or a lien, I can't buy a house. Let me tell you first that neither of these is an immediate denial. Bankruptcies can they can be reported for up to 10 years, but that doesn't mean that you can't buy a house that whole time. A Chapter 7 or Chapter 11 bankruptcy will need to be discharged at least 2 years, and a Chapter 13 bankruptcy will need to be dismissed for at least 4 years. But 2 years or 4 years respectively from that discharge date, the waiting period is over. So although it might still be reporting on your credit report or LexisNexis, that bankruptcy does not automatically stop you from purchasing a home. Now, judgments may not show up on your credit report. They're public records, so sometimes you can see them, sometimes you can't. But even if they are not visible on the credit report, they will come up in a title search. And the title search is a mandatory part of the mortgage loan process. So they can't be overlooked because they can throw a huge wrench in your home buying process. So when a judgment is issued, it technically grants the plaintiff the ability to lay claim to the defendant's assets, your wages, your property, etc., so that they can be repaid. And when you purchase a home, it becomes one of your assets. So if a party has an unpaid judgment against you, it opens up that home to potentially have a lien placed on it, which compromises the mortgage company's interest, and that will generally stop you from closing. The good news is you can usually pay them off at closing rather than starting the whole home buying process over, but they can be a very inconvenient surprise and cause delays in the process. What you'll want to do, most of the time, if a judgment has been filed against you, you know it, but if, you suffer from amnesia, you can check the court records in counties or cities where you've lived just to make sure that any judgments have been cleared, just to avoid that process. So, to recap, bankruptcies do not limit you from buying a home. Judgments don't stop you from buying a home. Chapter 7 or Chapter 11 bankruptcy has to be discharged for 2 years. Chapter 13 for 4. And judgments have to be paid before you can close on the home, so that the person or the company that you owe can't lay claim to the new home that you're purchasing. If you have questions, you want to run a scenario by me, or if you just want to talk about how you can get started, you can call me, text me, email me, or DM me, and we can get right on it today.